I think the biggest thing I cared about was just, do you have money? Like personality, I could work on that. Outfit, I can work on that. But if I'm being honest, I think I was so driven by like, well, how much money do you have? Do you have a car? Can you take me places? Like, how can you benefit to Lara?
I was looking for,
but I don't know. I just felt like a lot of people weren't genuine with me.
Because I know a lot of women, I hear them talking about how they want their kids to be, how they want them to look, what kind of things like that.
And then the cherry on top. Where's Jesus?
That should have been the root. That should have been.
That was the root.
That should have been
and
the plate.
cherry.
That should have been the plate that the cake was on.
Okay, that was the foundation. That was the foundation, and then it was also just a whole lot of Jesus. That's what I needed. A whole lot of Jesus.
I think at the time, who was I looking for in a potential partner? I'll say it's at the top, somebody that loves the Lord, wants to please Him. Because I think that's the foundation for a successful relationship. How your relationship is with Christ would also fall through a relationship with another person. Or somebody that's really beautiful, somebody that I can chill up, talk to, we can connect with. And somebody that's that fun, is adventurous. Somebody that has like goals and has an idea what they want to do, and see how we can match that. That was my initial perspective on who I want to date at that time.
If I'm being honest, I think, again, going back to the Love and Basketball movie, I think that's what I was kind of looking for. Something, for some reason, I've put that on a pedestal of, yeah, that's what love looks like. That's how love is supposed to be for every athlete. Because again, I found my identity in being an athlete. So I just believe that because I was in that culture, I would find my husband there because I was in that culture so much. So I think, yeah, finding someone that was tall, athletic, fun personality, could bang the boards, like we just be able to hoop together, all that, like just all those things. I just felt like that would be absolutely amazing. Yeah, if I'm being honest, I don't even think I was looking to even find like quality traits. It was more so what I could get out of them. Like that's where my mindset was. It wasn't even like, oh, I'm looking for this in a guy. It was just like whatever I'm looking for, it has to benefit me. It has to be all about me. Like the biggest thing I cared about was just, do you have money? Like personality, I could work on that. Outfit, I can work on that. But if I'm being honest, I think I was so driven by like, well, how much money do you have? Do you have a car? Can you take me places? Like, how can you benefit to Lara? And I think it was all things and not like quality, like traits, characteristics, and all those things. I think I was just
it's funny
very selfish.
It's
been so long since I thought about that.
I would say I was looking for someone I could have fun with, someone who got my sense of humor, someone who actually loved me. Because I don't know, at the time I felt like a lot of people, and I hate to say this, but I feel like a lot of people were genuine. And like I hate to, because I feel like I'm one of those people who's like, oh, everybody's two-faced, nobody's against me. Everybody's against me, nobody's with me. But I don't know, I just felt like a lot of people weren't genuine with me. And so I was looking for someone who was genuine with me. And I definitely was looking for someone who shared my interests, shared a lot of my interests. Yeah, that's all. Oh, and someone who's a believer, follower of Jesus. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. That's such a great question. I think it came from years of seeing women oppressed and how they can be hurt by men, and always hearing the narrative, men can have this, men can have more than one. And I would have, like, for some reason in high school, I remember like people coming to me as like a counselor, or after I want to say middle up into high school, being raised by, a single mom and just like seeing things and being exposed to things and just like, I'm done hearing that women have to be okay with, you know, being a doormat. It's something in me kind of switched where it was like, I think I want to be the dominant one. I think I want to be the one that's in control and in charge. I think, to be honest, too, I was kind of back and forth with my own sexuality. So I started liking girls because of that, the feeling of being dominant. I was the dominant one in the relationship. So I even tiptoed into homosexuality because it was feeding that I'm in control, meaning I will never be hurt. Nobody can hurt me because I am in control. So yeah, so whether it was me dating girls or dating guys, it was about me trying to be in control. So yeah, maybe too, I was looking for someone who was easy to manipulate because I knew I can get something out of them. So probably that was something I was looking for, just someone that I can manipulate.
Yeah. So for me, I was in a relationship. Was it good? No. So I think I was still trying to figure out what exactly I wanted. But then when it came around to Adele, like I started to understand, like I want somebody who I can be my full, complete self. I like to laugh. I'm very goofy. We have that in common. Just loving the Lord, like he said, being able to be transparent about where we are in our walks with the Lord. I like authentic conversations. I like transparency. And I also want to be free, and I want the other person to be free as well. So, and also having those goals, being more future minded instead of, I like the relationship I was in. It was so like just grounded in the now. And so when I got out of that relationship and healed from that, I was able to really identify what it was that I wanted in a partner.
Um, I think I would agree with a lot of things you said. Um, that's so funny. I was kind of looking for some similar things. So I was looking for someone who could make me laugh, um, and someone who was like would be like a best friend. Like we were really good friends. Um, a believer, uh, and I feel like my list wasn't that long. I would agree with the fun thing though, but that kind of goes into like friends and laughing and stuff like that. Like that usually like because that's kind of like who I feel like I am. Like I enjoy having fun and things like that. So I was looking for someone who was like similar in that area. Um, and then the cherry on top was Jesus. So yeah.
That should have been the root.
That was the root
That should have been
and
the
the
plate.
cherry.
That should have been the plate that the cake was on.
Okay, that was the foundation. That was the foundation, and then it was also just a whole lot of Jesus. That's what I needed. A whole lot of Jesus.
I think love was nowhere near my just vocabulary. Like I just didn't. I think it was all lust at this point. Of again, how can I be served? How can it be all about me? So that again, I think I'm masking to make sure that I don't get hurt. So I think in me meeting Kevin at that time, it was like, dang, that's one person I don't think I should hurt or manipulate because it would feel wrong to do that to somebody who seems so innocent and doesn't deserve that. So I think that's why it was like, here's my number, but it's not going to really go too far because I don't want to hurt your feelings. We can maybe meet up at the calf, have some fun or something like that, but it doesn't need to get any further because I know deep down inside how I operated, I guess.
Yeah, I think when it came down to after like I said, getting out that relationship and allowing the Lord to fully heal me and identify me in Christ, but it was just like I wanted somebody who I could see with kids. And so I saw Adele when he would be tutoring, and even when he would work with some young kids, like back at home at the rec center, I would see him working with the kids. So I looked for that to see if he actually wanted kids or how he would be with kids. So that was really an important quality because now we have a daughter. So that's really important. Um,
um, I would say yeah. I would say yeah. Yeah, because like I said, I kind of wanted, like I said, I kind of wanted someone. I think I feel like everyone's like, I kind of want someone who was just like me, like literally had my sense of humor, had my interests. So I was doing computer science at the. I was a computer science major in college at the time. So I was like someone else who's doing computer stuff, someone who's interested in technology, someone who's uh, is very knowledgeable of internet culture and whatnot. And so that'd be great if we could share the same jokes. We could do the same stuff. We could build each other up in programming or what have you. So I was like, yeah, someone in my field would have been great, but that was something I had to let go. That's not as important. Doesn't need to be exactly like me.
I think there's a lot of what I've seen. That's funny you say that because people now call my mom and ask, how did you deal with your daughters when they were heartbroken? And she's like, I can't give you advice because my daughter's heart's never been broken before because I'm the one that's breaking people's hearts because I was selfish. But I think, again, it's because of what I've seen. It's something in me was like, I don't want that to happen to me, so I'm just gonna take on this dominant personality, and as long as I'm in control, I know I can't get hurt. As long as I can manipulate, I can create situations where I'll still be good, and then I can hurt them because their feelings doesn't matter. So
That's actually interesting because I never really thought about the kids when I was looking for a partner. Because I know a lot of women, I hear them talking about how they want their kids to be, how they want them to look, what kind of things like that. I don't know if it's a guy and girl thing, but for me, I didn't even think about if she'd be a good parent to the kids. I guess that was being selfish at the time. But, well, of course I want a good parent, but I didn't think about that when I was dating. I was looking for, what I wanted, I guess.
I was looking for, I was that weird guy, man. I always just kind of had one
so
girl
nice.
in mind. I never was looking for like, I'm gonna get with this girl, I'm gonna get with this girl, I'm gonna get with this girl. Even though freshman year, some of that happened because I was like in search for the girl. So I was like talking to her and I was talking to her and I was talking to her. Nothing serious, but just like trying to fill them all out. And so when I met Talera, I was like, okay. She kind of meets some of that criteria, right? Like she's athletic, she's cute, she's passionate. So I was always looking for somebody who would be able to hold me down, who would be like, they got my back regardless of where I go, what I do. And I really wasn't sure. I mean, I went to an HBCU, but at that point, I was kind of like open. I mean, it didn't have to be somebody who was brown skinned from Montgomery County. To me, it could have been somebody who was brown skinned from New York or wherever. I was just kind of looking for that girl who was going to be loyal to me, and again, selfish as well. Like I'm looking for somebody who won't be about me. So I think the Lord kind of used that and showed me, how selfish I am. But that was really the extent of what I was looking for. I think I forgot that I was interested in somebody who was athletic because athletics and sports have always been a part of my life. So the fact that I met someone and then became eventually involved with someone who was an athlete, Division I, that was like, okay, that was definitely a perk, a bonus, because I was just looking for somebody who was again energetic and passionate and fun. Like I love laughing, and so because she was somebody who enjoyed laughing and who enjoyed making others laugh, I was like, this could work whenever we became serious. But I think that's probably the extent of it. I really wasn't that particular. I know most people have they got like 7 or 8 things on a list. I think it was like, if she's fun, if she's cute, and if she's about me, she's the one. Like that was really it.
Simple,
real easy. But once I got saved, I think that list changed a bit. I was definitely looking for somebody who was about Jesus, and I don't know if you probably won't get to that, but that time, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah. I guess for me, I would say it's gonna come off so bad. I would say looks. Because my husband. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I would say looks
She
isn't
settled.
like. No, I didn't. I would say looks isn't like sometimes people often put that kind of like pedestal of like, I want my man to be like this color and this stature and all of these things. And like, I think not that Jarrell was not like a settle or anything like that, but like, I guess like we both felt like both of us didn't look the way we would have assumed the person we wanted to be with would look, you know, and not because we're just like satisfied with each other, but more like there's always kind of that feeling like, oh, I didn't expect that, you know. So for me, it was kind of like I always expected to be with like a taller guy or things like that. Sorry, a taller guy or things like that, and Jarrell's not like the tall, yeah, Mr. Long Tan and Handsome, and he's not that tall, and that wasn't like it, and I was like, that doesn't even matter, like what, like what matters is his heart. It doesn't matter, like what matters is his heart. Like, does he love the Lord? Is he right with Jesus? And then everything else kind of falls into place. You know, so I wouldn't settle so much on looks.
Jesus made me tall. Especially
when we're all getting old, so things are gonna start sagging. So
yeah, tall people become short.
Yeah, they do. Old people shrink when they're old.
That's a really good question, Zach, because I think most of the time the narrative is that Christians, that before we get saved, we're only looking for ways to fulfill ourselves. But I feel like, and I'm not trying to promote myself or brag on myself, but I feel like I was always kind of looking to be a good partner as well, like a good spouse, that I was going to do things necessary for, you know, my spouse to take care of. And so I felt like I was definitely willing to bring something to the table, but I think honestly at that time I was looking for more what I could get, who was going to be make themselves available to me, who was going to be, you know, all about me, excited about me, supporting me. I think that, you know, I was talking about this earlier, I didn't grow up with my biological mom. My stepmom was very much the mom for me. Like, she took care of us, but she wasn't nearly as affectionate as I wanted her to be. But she loved me, you know, and she loved me in a way that I wasn't expecting to be loved. But because it wasn't like that super lovey-dovey, touchy, kissy on your forehead, or, you know, that kind of love, I was also kind of looking for that. And a female, like somebody who was going to be ultra affectionate, and, you know, to me that was attractive. Like, you know, the public displays of affection, like, to me all of that's like, man, that's love, that's support. Like, you really care about your boy. So I was also looking for that as well. Really not so much what I could bring for them, what I can do for them, but more what they can do for me. Yeah.
Let me hold your hand when it's off.
Get out of here.